My name's Sean Maguire, and I played the title character of Krod in the series Krod Mandoon and the Flaming Sword of Fire. Except I don't.
And my name is Matthew Lucas, and I play Chancellor Dongolo. I'm quite evil.
Except you're not.
Except I'm not.
No.
You are such a dick!
Yeah, well, you are also a dick as well.
Why'd you do an American accent in the show? It's an American
because
character.
because the American producers wanted an American and the British kind of wanted an English person. So me being British, playing an American, appeased everyone. That's one side of it. And the other side of it was, we tried it doing it American, and that seemed to work. And then we tried doing it English, and surprisingly, it didn't really work so well. So we stuck with the American.
Great! So what are we worried about?
Sean's American accent is incredible. I think, and
Thanks,
American people don't know that he's English. They think he's Welsh. You worked very hard, and you had in your trailer, you had some weightlifting.
I did,
machines,
yes, I did do that, yeah, because I said to the producers,
yeah,
do you want me, we were having dinner before we started filming, I was like, do you want me to be like sort of buff and heroic, or do you want me to just sort of be skinny and stuff like that? And I didn't really think that through, because it would be much easier for me to just be skinny and that, but they said, no, yeah, that's a good idea, you should be really buff. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't think that through. So then I had to do all of that stuff to look all heroic and stuff.
You can't say shit. It's
can't
a
you?
red button. You can say fuck, but you can't say shit.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
So
we'll cut that bit out.
We'll cut that bit out. How often did you have to work out?
I did like an hour a day properly, and then like when we had all of those lengthy times when we weren't doing anything, then I'd do all of this all of the time.
Really? Did you get any injuries, any sports injuries?
I got some chafing.
Yeah.
But that wasn't work related.
The reason I asked is because we were all staying in these apartments, and there was a brilliant health club in the apartments, and there was a masseur who was very straight but very hands-on.
We had discussions about this because when Matt says he was very hands-on, he means very hands up your bottom sort of thing. Because the first time I did it, I was like, I'm cool. I'm like really relaxed and cool and stuff. So it's whatever. It doesn't even bother me. I'm not even scared. But then I was like, wow. I think he's inside me. So it was strange.
No, he wasn't inside you, but it
felt like it. It was close.
As soon as I heard about this massage, I went, right, I'm there. I'm there, and I thought and I went in naked. I don't care. I don't care because I thought
pants on.
Yeah, because I thought if I go in with clothes and it's good, next time I go in naked, that looks weird. Yeah. So I thought if I go in naked from the off, then I've got the option of going to clothes next time. Yeah, I thought it through.
He pulled my pants right down.
It was weird. It was more intimate. It was more intimate than some sex that I've had in my life. It was strange. I'm a homosexual, and even I found it a little intimate. Even I did. I didn't get aroused. I make that clear.
It was a pretty city, but it was also a little bit scary in places. Like they had a Nazi rally one weekend.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're gone.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Oh, you should have said.
No, surprisingly, they're not as much fun as you think. And there's little children, you know, walking along going,
oh, I've enjoyed that.
No, honestly, I thought, well, this is going to be a hoot. This, you know, it'd be good to get out, meet like-minded people. But no, it wasn't good. And there was lots of police in riot gear. So it was a strange place. But we were working a lot. Matt came in and we shot all of Matt's stuff in, what, 3 or 4 weeks or something? And so he was working incredibly hard when he was there. And
I mean, I'm a bloody slave to the job.
Yeah, he really is. Really, quite the pro.
And bow before the crown.
Yeah, well, I like your energy. I just think it's so important with a song like that to believe what you're singing, and I felt somehow you didn't. Like, maybe oppressive totalitarian regimes are not your cup of tea, am I right? Well... be honest, there's no judgment here.
It's true, sire. I don't care for them.
No, well, they're not for everyone, are they? Kill him.
Sire?
I mean, as much as we liked it, I think we were all quite happy to leave when we did.
I did a lot of Sean stunts due to the shortage of stuntmen.
I refused to do it, obviously. Don't want to, you know, damage myself. So Matt did a lot of my stuff. Which is weird.
Consider you damaged.
Well, mentally, yes. But I didn't want to break anything else. No, actually, my stuntman, who was amazing, because I obviously have a lot of physical stuff in this, was doing a scene where he's dragged behind a horse and carriage. Matt's horse, Chancellor Donglot's horse and carriage. And he got turned over as he was being dragged and tore all the skin off his arms and shoulders. So, as he was the only stunt double that I had, they said, we've broken your stunt double, will you do it instead? And I was like, well, he's really big and tough, and he's broken now, so that's a bit scary for me. But luckily, we found a way of doing it where I did end up getting dragged, but it wasn't so bad. And I managed to not get hurt, which was lovely.
Was the flaming sword, we should say the flaming sword of fire was real fire coming out of the sword?
Yes, it was.
You know, usually these things are just CGI now, but actually...
That was real, and I had to have a thin wire up my arm and taped, you know, which is a pain in the ass anyway, and all the way down my back, and then there'd be a man somewhere over there with a gas canister, turning it up and turning it down.
You know men, you'd be one of those.
He'd be a real man in a corner, and then I would have to dip my hand in what we called in Hungarian is getzi, that's Hungarian for sperm, because it really did look like a big bucket of sperm, and that would be the flame-proof stuff that would stop me from sort of going on fire. But the problem was, as anyone knows who's ever had a flaming sword, when you tilt it down, the flame travels up.
Your arm.
So I would go on fire often.
Can I pull this off?
I looked the business in my pagan goat pants.
And the cod piece was, what was the hair made of? Was it like Fraggle? Real Fraggle?
Yeah, real Fraggle. Well, it was actually a mix of Fraggle and Doozer.
Thought an old lady's hair.
Yeah, with a bit of sprockets, tail put in. And Uncle Travelling Matt's beard.
Everyone was lovely, weren't they?
People were very nice. I had a great time, you know, chatting with the members of Crod's gang. Although I didn't actually have that many scenes with them, which was a shame. But
you had the lovely Alex McQueen.
I did have Alex McQueen.
Hi, I'm Alex McQueen, and I play Barnabas, which is Dongalor's sidekick, sort of butler, henchman, assistant.
Oh, ready, me Barnabas. Come on. Oh, so you're going to let me walk through? Like
No,
this?
I...
It used to make me laugh because he does an amazing impression of a lift.
Yeah, he really does.
But I can't do it.
No, I mean, only
I can't
Alex
do
could.
it.
You would swear you are
In a
listening
lift.
to a lift.
Yeah.
And he's just got a quirkiness that is really unique to him. He's sort of almost like a whole Carry On movie within a human.
He's like an autistic person. he's very nice, and I like him.
He is, and I'm now his biggest fan. I'd watch anything with Alex McQueen in it. He's brilliant.
Kevin Hart is very funny.
I'm not settling for nothing less than top shelf winches.
Very funny.
Because he's a stand-up comic,
Yeah.
so he would just entertain us with stories at dinner.
And he was sort of quite concerned about being in Budapest because he thought that's why he brought Jamal, his assistant, to hold his chapstick, because he didn't want to be the only black man in Hungary, which he may well have been.
He probably would have been.
In fact, to get a stunt double for him, they could not find a brother. Well, they just couldn't find a brother, so they blacked up a white stuntman, which made maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Are we allowed to say brother? I've not heard that.
That's what the brothers say.
That's how they say about themselves.
Yeah, it's like, well, I worked on a black show and they were like, yo, there was this brother coming down the street and you do the black man nod. Do you know about that? I get the black man nod now.
Because
So
you're
all
a
things to all
stepbrother.
people. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I'm
Yeah.
a stepbrother. I'm in.
Kevin Hart's the only actor I know who can't pronounce his own character.
Yeah, that's right. He's
Still.
like, I'm Zieselrick. I'm like, Kevin.
Zelzrick.
It's Zieselrick.
Zelzrick.
He's like, I don't know. I didn't read it. He's just...
Yeah.
He's very much on the fly. He's a great improviser.
Yeah,
a
very
great... You just leave the camera on him and let him do his thing.
He's a little man with a big talent.
Yeah, that's very good. I should trademark that.
I will. India, the actress, looks like she's been drawn.
She's a Disney character. She's a Disney princess, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's actually a real-life Disney character. She's so beautiful.
Cartoon.
She's so beautiful it sort of almost makes your shoes fall off.
Did your loins ache?
Oh God, yes. I was very sore at the end of the day.
How did you?
And also I was wearing very tight trousers, so if you do the math.
How did you expend all that pent-up frustration?
Imi, the masseur. No, she was terrific, and a true rarity that I don't know the last time I met a girl that is that pretty, that is actually that nice. So she's truly just a sweetheart, and I love her. And then there's Steve Spears, who's a fantastic actor who plays my sort of bodyguard / big stupid brother type character.
Remember what he's called?
He is called Laquaster.
Ow! No more crossbow for you, ever!
Sorry, master.
Well done.
Yeah, I nearly forgot that. See how it sort of took time. But he's almost like, if this was Star Wars, he'd be Chewbacca. He's kind of like the big, strong, dumb sort of... He did sort of make noises like that and fell asleep a lot. And loves Steve. He's terrific.
He had one of the toughest jobs just because he was the first in makeup in the morning and
he was
the
at
last
like
to
4
leave.
in the morning every day. And finally, the last but not least, is Marcus Ray, who plays... He plays the boy toy of my mentor, General Arcadius.
Arcadius passed the prophecy down to me orally. Oh. And anally.
Wow. I think he played it perfectly. And he's a straight lad.
I always used to say to him, you are going to get so much cock when this comes out. You are going to get so much cock.
And you were right. He can't move for penises now in his house. There's just loads of guys standing there out, ready to go, which is weird.
Well, he's is he still straight? Or is he...
He's still straight.
He says get his hands on him.
He says he is. Imi did get his hands on him, but I think he had his work cut out for him.
Okay.
He says he's still straight. I don't believe him.
We'll have to take his word for it.
Yeah.
I'll take his gay word for it.
Next question, please.
John Rhys Davies is a lovely, lovely man. I'm very, very fond of John. I would have interesting political conversations with him because he's right of Genghis Khan. He's probably the nicest fascist you've ever met. But he is a lovely, lovely man with extreme right-wing political views. It's quite extraordinary.
We felt that we had a different opinion on the way that we see the world.
I think there was nothing that man could say that I would ever agree with, but I really genuinely, sincerely enjoyed his company.
I did too.
And he's actually, even though his political views are absurd, and they truly are, he is a very kind man.
Yeah, he's just the oddest juxtaposition of views that you go, you can't really think that.
A man could not think that.
No.
A human cannot believe.
But as you say, it's a strange thing because,
as
you say, I actually really enjoyed working with him. He's a fabulous actor, very good.
It was a very large cast in terms of the UK and the US actors, but it was also heavily populated with local actors from Hungary. So, yeah.
Action. The Myrmidons raided the pagan village. They took all our women. Action. The Myrmidons raided the pagan village. They took all our women.
The Myrmidons have raided the pagan village! They took all our women!
I was all right with lines, but I was very, very poor with trying to keep a straight face at any point ever.
I couldn't believe what giggler you are.
Yeah, I'm terrible, yeah, so, yeah.
But how can you not laugh if Matt's doing a scene with you and he's the funniest man in the world and he starts giggling? You've got no chance.
Literally every time we would open our mouths to say the line, it would just be total. Laughter's not quite the right word, but just giggles and just stupidity.
Daggers! The fiend man... Daggers! The fiend Mandoon has escaped our hearts! Daggers! The fiend Mandoon has escaped our clutches yet again. Oh no.
It was fun. I don't know what you think of it, but we enjoyed ourselves.